Now the GoPro Hero 9 has some great upgrades and it performs really well. An issue that I had with the GoPro Hero 8 when it first came out was that it performed kind of bad in low light conditions when using the boost. Now I want to test that with the GoPro Hero 9 to see how that does and compare it to the other GoPros. A lot of my races start early in the morning. Now in January, when I ran the Dopey Challenge at Disney World, I had to be out at 3 a.m. going to the corrals, being on the bus, and I wasn't sure if the GoPro Hero 8 was going to perform well enough in low light conditions, so I ended up not using it. So it is a pretty important issue for me. So I want to make sure that the camera performs well in low light, because yeah, that's going to be a deciding factor to bring it to a race or not. Okay, so the light outdoors doesn't get any lower than this. Just some street lights, and that's pretty much it. Set for Hypersmooth, just a Hypersmooth on, except for the 7, because it doesn't have Hypersmooth. And just at 4K, 50 frames per second. Okay, I can tell from the little screen on the Hero 9 that there's a light on me that you can actually see me. So yeah, I wonder what the difference is between all the cameras. Okay, now the same shot with the 8 filming at 2.7K and the boost on, and the 9 with the boost on 4K. I can see myself a little bit better on the little screen, so hopefully that means the picture is actually better now. We'll have to check afterwards. Let's do a little walking around, see if you can still see things. And now we're trying the same thing with the horizon leveling on. The Hero 8 still same settings. Yeah, I wonder if it changes anything when you have the horizon leveling on, if that changes anything for the picture quality. We'll see. Okay, so that was a really dark area, so we'll find something a little bit lighter now. Okay, so there are a lot more street lights here, all the lights coming from the houses, so the image should be a little bit better. But yeah, the question is, what is the difference between the little cameras? Okay, so I'm not actually running with the camera like I would when I have an early morning race, but just to see what the difference is in the picture quality, I think this should give you a good idea of what the differences are, if there are any. Alright, let's do some running then. Okay, I tried some running to see if it would affect the stability. I think that shouldn't be an issue. The fact that it's dark shouldn't bother that. But yeah, I wonder if the image quality is harder to keep up when it's dark and the camera's moving a lot. Very low light, and from what I can tell on the screens, it still looks pretty good. So yeah, gotta find out what it looks like on the computer, and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, so looking at the footage, I must say there were some surprises for me. Now let's start with the indoor footage. The light indoors was very low, and in the kitchen there's LED lighting that always looks bad on camera. So I expected that it would look bad, but on the Hero 9 it actually looked better than the other two cameras, I thought. Now the footage with Jabba, that looked really bad. Now when I filmed this, I thought I had the settings for all three cameras set the same. But the 7 and the 8 had the ISO max set for 800, like I usually have it. But the Hero 9 was set for 1600 max, so I think that is where the grain came from in that shot. The shot of the TV I used because all the lights change with the TV, and you can see the difference in the colors. The Hero 9 shows a little bit better colors, I think. All three were set for flat, but I think the Hero 9 does a better job at showing the real colors than the other two cameras. In the outdoor footage you can see that the Hero 9 has a harder time with the low light. To my surprise, however, the Hero 8 did a lot better than I thought it would. So I guess the updates that it has had have helped in that aspect. Now the Hero 9 may not show as much detail in the dark, but the blacks look a lot better, I think, on the 9. So you may not see as much detail in the background, but because it is just really black, I think it looks better. I think with the boost on, the image actually got a little bit brighter, which is not what I expected, because the Hero 8, when it first came out, got a lot darker with the boost, and it kept on going from light to dark. So I'm very glad that the Hero 9 doesn't have that same issue. Now the horizon leveling leaves something to be desired. Although the low light doesn't seem to affect the image quality too much, the stability is highly affected. There's
some morphing going on, and it makes the overall quality on the Hero 8 with boost better than the Hero 9 on horizon leveling. This is probably because it has to adjust so much at the same time, so using a gimbal in low light would probably fix a lot of that, but handheld I wouldn't use horizon leveling in low light. This was not only when running, also when walking down the street, and it was even worse indoors. I filmed something indoors that I didn't really want to show on the video because I was walking through the house and the place was a mess. But I could see that there was a lot of morphing in the images that I shot indoors. So let's hope GoPro will give us a fix for this in an update. For now, I think filming with the boost on the Hero 9 when you have to film in low light is a great option. I like the fact that the blacks in the background look more solid and the image isn't too grainy. I'm also happy to see that the Hero 8 performs better than it did before. Now, if performing in low light is a deciding factor in your reasoning to buy a new camera, I think the Hero 9 is not the best in low light for showing you things that aren't lit. But with a little bit of light on the subject, I think you can get really great shots, and the fact that the background will look black instead of grainy will give it a more professional look to it. Hopefully the issue with the horizon leveling will be fixed in the future, because for me that is one of the best selling points of the camera, and during the day that works really great. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit in seeing how the GoPro Hero 9 performs. If you have any questions or things that you would like me to test, let me know down below in the comments. Until next time, get out there and run.